Alright guys, how's it going? It is Wednesday the 14th of December 2022 and you're watching KopTalk.tv. Alright, so what should we talk about first? First of all, if you have supported Let's Make KopTalk TV great again, but your name's not in the video description, please let me know. Or go to www.koptalk.tv to see if your name's on that list. If it's not, please let me know, okay? What else have I got to say to you today? I think I'll do a KopTalk podcast today as well. KopTalk TV knees up. We're having one on Saturday. Didn't do one at the weekend. I met the boys on Friday. Saturday I was a bit tired and obviously there was football and stuff like that, so I didn't bother. But we will be live on here on this YouTube channel on Saturday from 6 PM UK time, I think. Much earlier start than usual. So Saturday, come along. It's Christmas. You know what I mean? We'll be having a little Christmas party. Alright, we hadn't done one for a couple of weeks, and I know some of you are chomping at the bit, so this Saturday on this YouTube channel, I will be live from 6 PM at UK time until we collapse, alright? Okay, so, this is, so I must tell you about this, guys, right? If at any time over the next few weeks I tell you that I'm busy, right, it's because I'm being investigated. No, it's true, right? So there's this guy, right? He follows me on Twitter, or he did follow me on Twitter, and I put a tweet out on my own personal thing about I think it was to do with DeSantis, the Florida governor, possibly running for the presidency, you know, in America. It was like a question, you know, should he run? Will he run? Will he run? And I just retweeted and said, yeah, I think he'll run. Yeah, I do. That was it. All right, and somebody on Twitter, I don't know them at all, said you shouldn't be talking about politics. You should be focusing on the Liverpool club sale. I was just like, who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and can't do? I'll comment on, do you know what I mean, on my own personal shit. And I said, fuck it. So I blocked him. That was it. Just blocked him, simple as. And someone messaged me and said, have you seen this guy? He's going mental on Twitter because you blocked him. I said, nah. He said, who is he? I said, I don't know. He's just some fucking toilet head. Never heard of him in my life. He says, oh, well, he says you've been investigated. I said, all right, yes, I've been investigated. And he said, and if Fatty Oldham says in the next few weeks he's busy, that's why. All right, so I've got to choose my words carefully because I'm always busy, all right? And it's Christmas, right? And I am going to England next week. Do you know what I mean? And I will definitely be busy then. So I'm going to choose my words carefully. All right. So if I say to you guys over the coming weeks or even months, right, I've been a bit busy. You need to pull me up immediately. Say, oh yeah. So that's what I put up with online, guys. Stuff like that. I mean, I wasn't being investigated before I blocked him. Investigated. Dear me. Sorry, I had to get that out there. So investigated. Ooh. Guys, I want to talk to you about Enzo Fernandez. There's been a little bit of, you know, well, I wouldn't even say a little bit, quite a considerable amount of speculation concerning this boy, really. Of course, he's an Argentina international. Let's get his profile up. We need to get the important information up, right? So let's do this, because Enzo Fernandez, wife. Girlfriend. Oh, all right. Valentina Cervantes is famous for being the partner. Let's go to Google Images. Oh, let's put a name in there. Valentina Cervantes. Because these are the things that we need to know about. You know what I'm saying? So images. Google image search. Oh, hello. You are. Oh. 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 Yeah, I endorse the signing of this kid, definitely. Oh, La Novia de Enzo Fernandez, the girlfriend of Enzo Fernandez, Valentina Cervantes. Revento Instagram, con su foto en micro bikini. Basically, she's in a micro bikini on Insta. Where do I find her Instagram? Right, all right, I'll do this after the video. Yeah, she's all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Not bad. So there you go. You know, this is KopTalk TV, bringing you the most important information that you need to know. So getting into the boring stuff, he's 21 years of age. He's a central midfielder. It actually says here current team Liverpool FC on Wikipedia. Don't forget, anybody can edit Wikipedia. Even you can go on there and edit it right now. A lot of people sometimes come to me and they'll say, "Don't, have you seen this on Wikipedia?" So, come on, Chill. Anybody can go and edit Wikipedia. It does usually get corrected, when such pranksters have been identified. So yeah, Argentina, it says 8 caps here. I think that's needs updating. I think there might be a few more than that. And of course he plays for Benfica. Now, I'm just looking to see, his contract expires in 2027, that's 5 years from now. His player agent is D9 Football. So D-E usually means of or something like that, 9 Football. Let's have a look. I just want to see if there's any other clients that we can recognise under that agency. So Francisco Ortega, Gaston Togni, Alexis Canelo, Domingo Blanco. No. Right, there is a lot of players represented here. But their value, they have the market value. Obviously, Enzo Fernandez is the highest, and then it drops down to €4 million, and then 2.5 to 211, and then it drops into the hundreds of thousands. So this is kind of an agency that doesn't represent many big guns, if you like. I like to always look to see if an agency has any connections to Liverpool with existing players, previous players, previous transfer negotiations or something where they've collapsed, because you can obviously try and work out if there's a good relationship between the club, as Rafa would say, and the agency. So when you see a player linked with Liverpool, my advice to you is always just go and have a little nose and see who represents him, and a good website for that is Transfer Market. It's Transfer Market, but there's no E in it, in market. So Transfer Market without the E. .co.uk, and this is a very good website for it'll tell you about the player appearances, the position, preferred position, other positions, etc., etc., the agency, contracts, social media, and occasionally the sponsors as well. Who the kits, not kit, what what I mean, like the boot sponsor, whatever you want to call it. So that's always what I do personally, because I like to see if there might be an existing relationship there. And if you see 2 or 3 players represented by an agency, and you're linked with a new player, it's like that's with that agency. Come on, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm sure you don't need much introduction to him. He represented Argentina from under 18s. And I just want to concentrate on this bit here. So he was with River Plate for his senior career. Then he went, I think that's a loan. So 2019 to 2022 River Plate, okay. 2020 to 2021, he was loaned out to Defensa y Justicia, an Argentine football club from Buenos Aires, established in 1935. The senior squad currently plays in the Primera Division, the top division of Argentinian football. And then from 2022, he went to Benfica. And that was in June 2022. They reached an agreement with Benfica for €10 million, it says here, for 75% of his economic rights, plus €8 million in add-ons. He made his debut for the club on the 2nd of August, scoring his first goal, a half volley from outside the penalty area. And that was in the first leg of a Champions League third qualifying round. He then scored in Benfica's next matches, which was a 4-0 home win over Arauca in the Premier League, and a 3-1 away win over Midtjylland in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League third qualifying round. His impressive performances continued throughout the month, and following a run of 5 consecutive wins and 3 clean sheets, he was named the Primera Liga's midfielder of the month. All right. So let's focus on this. His style of play. During his career, he's been deployed as a deep-seated playmaking role, as a central midfielder, responsible for breaking up play, dictating the tempo and recycling possession, although he's also capable of playing in a more advanced role as an attacking midfielder. He usually makes quick short passes, accurate long passes, and lobbed passes. So he does a lot of passing. He's very combative in his midfield duels, protects the space in his backline efficiently. He possesses a good passing range, excellent vision, and which is more than I've got, and high levels of accuracy, which is very purposeful in his midfield actions, and can dribble into dangerous territory or out of it to devastating effect. I think he wrote this himself. He thrives in receiving the ball in tight spaces and is very press resistant due to his wonderful low sense of gravity, balance and flexibility in his body movements. Have you ever heard so much shit in all your life? He excels at quick short passes, passing to break lines or to play through attackers running to space, but also passing in the means of keeping possession to move around entire opposition shapes. Whoever wrote this is a boring foot. I know it's really like detailed and great, right? Do you know what I mean? I get it, but can you imagine this is what someone's doing in their spare time, just sat at home going, do you know what I mean? Get out there and get some scuttling. Anyway, Fernandez excels out of possession, always looking to get into the right positions to stop opposition attacks, disrupting moves, whilst also being in the right place at the right time to intercept passes. In addition, he's a good dribbler and can move the ball forward either through his passing. That doesn't make sense. He prefers operating centrally, but can sometimes be seen in the left half space, usually in a partnership with Florentino Luis. And of course, the key bit that's missing off here is, and his girlfriend Valentina Cervantes has got a great set of tits. So, what do you think? He sounds all right, yeah? You all know him, surely. You know, I think you know him. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of background for those people that don't know about her, about him, all right? So, a key part, I think, this is really, really, really important. So, you've seen these claims by these Twitter twats that have been saying a pre-contract agreement in place. A pre-contract agreement with Liverpool Football Club is in place. Not true. I don't believe that to be true. And we'll come to that in a moment. As far as I'm aware, I do not follow any of these lunatics on Twitter. And I think you need to take a long, hard look at yourself if you do, for anything other than entertainment purposes. But I don't follow them. People come to me and say, such and such has said this. And I go, who the fuck's that? All right? And we've seen these original reports coming from Portugal and Spain and intensifying, and basically initial claims made, and then another publication will then cite the other one, and it's just all getting spliced up, and then they try and back each other up and shit like that to make it sound more credible. I do believe that there is interest, and there are quotes on the members' website from someone involved in this, which are here, and I don't think it would be right to read these quotes in full personally. But what we can do is skirt around them a little bit. And what I will say to you is that the player is very interested, but can't move yet, which I think can't move yet refers to January. I think that would be a fair stab at that, yeah? Because we know that he's got a release clause of 120 million euros, which I think is slightly over 100 million pounds sterling. I think it's 103, I'm not sure. So Liverpool would have to pay that full amount, really, to trigger that clause. If you pay that if you offer to meet the release clause, then the club is powerless, Benfica are powerless to do anything about it. Sometimes they'll negotiate, say, well, give us 80 million then. But it sounds like it won't happen in January, but there could be room for manoeuvre in the summer. All right. The key bit, the reason I wanted to make this video is to, we're seeing a lot of strong suggestions that there's a pre-contract agreement in place. Now, that might happen a week from now, right? Might happen today. And you might come back in a few months' time and go, you were wrong, Chubbs. There was a pre-contract. I'm telling you, I can't say, let's just stick with my opinions. My opinion is of up to yesterday, the 13th of December, it's early the 14th of December now, up to yesterday, the 13th of December, I do not believe there was a pre-contract agreement in place with Liverpool Football Club. So I'm going against what everybody else is saying, okay? And the reason, or one of the reasons, a very strong reason that I have that opinion, it's only an opinion, is that River Plate, his former club, are entitled to a decent percentage of any future transfer. There's something I need Correct. Sorry. I can't remember what the percentage is, but it would be a considerable amount of money. It would be a massive cash windfall for them if the player was released, for example, at his £103 million sterling. Say that 25%. You don't. You can work out. So a lot of money to them, especially. So Benfica are legally obliged to inform River Plate of any agreements, and I'm not quite sure what I just said to you. Let me just say that again. Benfica are legally obliged to inform River Plate of any pre-contractual agreements. There we go. I'm not sure if I said that the first time. So you've got River Plate that are constantly, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to get some money or what? You know what I'm saying? Imagine what you'd be like if it was you. Yeah, you sell something and then I'm saying you'd be like, hey, come on, Dave, what's going on? Are we going to get some or what? Because we'd like to, it's a bit like me talking to my chick. Are we going to get, we're going to get something somewhere or what? You know what I mean? Because we'd like to buy some players or something like that. So basically, River Plate are putting pressure on Benfica, constantly saying, we've been told that you have this agreement in place. Is this true? No. They're saying no, and they are legally obliged to tell them. And I think that knowing that River Plate have been told that completely blows out the suggestions of a pre-contract agreement in place up until yesterday, Tuesday the 13th of December. Because anything could have happened overnight. They might have changed, all right? So that's the big thing. So when that's it. If someone said to me, why do you think there is no pre-contract agreement in place and sticking... Oh man, there's another mistake there. Sorry, it's like I need to get some glasses. Someone said to me, why do you think there's no pre-contract in place? I could give speculation and as to several reasons why I think there isn't, but then I would stick with the fact. And the fact would be because River Plate have been told there is no agreement, and it would be very naughty to tell them that if there was one. Okay, so that's that. And the other, what you've got to think about these things as well. The first thing I thought when this all came about was, all right, okay, so we're going to spend 100 million plus on Fernandez and 100 million plus on Bellingham as well. So I always want to say Bellamy. I'll type it up quite a few times. You might have noticed that I put Bellamy. That's not going to happen. But then this is how right. So this is what social media is like. So someone will someone with a bit up there will say, well, are we really going to spend more than £100 million twice? Never mind in January or in the summer, whatever, with these owners. So then people go, but what's happening is, this is these fucking Twitter loons, right? They then go like, yeah, but you see, we're close to a takeover. That's what's happening. So the money's there, you see, because we're going to be able to do this in January. There's nothing to report on that front at this time, in my opinion. Not up until Tuesday the 13th of December anyway, because I'll be honest with you, I've come straight into this room to record this video and I haven't even checked an email or anything this morning. Alright, yeah. Bellingham. Let's talk about Bellingham. Or should I do that in a separate video? No, I can't be asked. 20 minutes long though, do you know what I mean? Bellingham. Okay, so staying with that source, right, on the members' website, the news article's on there if you want to read it, if you remember. There is reference to there will be no repeat of last year's failings in the transfer market. So, for example, lack of a backup plan if a primary target is missed. So I think most of us know that last year Liverpool were like hard in, for one individual player, for example, doesn't happen, and then we're left, in the shite. So I would advise you to be cautious with the Fernandez and Bellingham speculation reports, because I think that who was the player that we... Simicas. think it was Simicast. Do you remember when we were trying to find cover for that position? I'm sure it was Simicast. I can't remember the other kid's name. But Liverpool were like, depending on who you believed, it was Simicast or someone else. I can't remember who it was. You guys will remember. And that was a classic case of Liverpool, and they've done this for years, but unfortunately they didn't do it last year, of chasing a number of targets at the same time and playing them off each other, and the agents and the clubs, you know, like, oh, you want 120 million? All right, well, we've got him over here. He's another option, and they only want 99 million, 100 million. Do you know what I mean, guys? So I think you're going to see a lot of games played out, more than usual, on the speculation front between, you know, like now, and maybe through January, but certainly until the summer. I want you to be aware of that. Because, you know, I have seen, or you will have seen, some, you know, people come out and really nail the colours to the mast, like, there is a contract agreement in place. But none of the clique have said that. I don't know if you've noticed that. When I talk about the clique, if you're new to my videos, you know, we're talking about that little select group of journalists that are briefed, and they all say the same shit. No, there isn't a decent, you know, journalist anymore, independent, that comes out and goes, boom, exclusive, because they all have to work together. Because if they go against the club, as Rafa would say, for sure, then they can lose access. So they've got to be careful. But you won't have seen any of the clique, as I call them, saying these things about a pre-contract agreement. Now, you know, if you're one of those Twitter loons, you might at this point turn and say, well, that's because you're not allowed to do. You don't want to, like, no. I just don't think there's anything. I just don't think there is any truth in the fact of a pre-contract agreement being in place. That doesn't mean that Liverpool are not offering it, or trying to, you know, not offering it. They wouldn't be able to offer it, but trying to negotiate one. I 1,000,000% believe that there is interest in this, and I do believe there's been contact. I can't remember what I said in this article. I don't know, but I was very excited when I published this article yesterday. I really liked it, and it made me think how good KopTalk can be at times. I can't say I think all the time. But yesterday was like something. It's been dull for a long time, I think. Not KopTalk in particular. I just think the whole Liverpool transfer speculation, things to talk about, has been dull. We've got the World Cup going on, obviously, so it's quiet. I haven't been around because I've been busy. I've been busy. But what I mean by is when you like, I want to make videos for you every day. Like when I like to get into videos and topics like this, because I like to dissect things and I like to talk about things, and it makes it very exciting when you've got a source that you know and you trust, and they tell you something, and you say, can we say it? And they go, yeah, you can say it. But it's just, from my point of view, it's really good. I enjoy it. And unfortunately, under FSG, for a long time, we haven't. I sound like Brian Clough there. For a long time, you know, it's just like, just not exciting, because you get normally you would get players that are linked with us, like, and all of us, I think all of us would go, yeah, right, like, we're gonna fucking sign it. Do you know what I mean? And so it makes me think, what's the point of talking about it? Because I know if I make a positive video, which, how can I make a positive video when I think the same thing as you, that we're not going to sign them? I know that people will be going, yeah, right, fuck that. FSG are bad for business, guys, in my opinion. They are. People like to be excited and have hope when it comes to transfer speculation, and transfer speculation sells. And I like talking about transfer speculation. Now, the thing is, you know, I obviously interact with you guys every day of the week, right? On various platforms, in particular, you know, especially the members website. But every day, right, there's certain people and certain publications or whatever, they will just rehash and regurgitate previous stuff. Now, I could do that every day and publish something new every day and just make it sound a little bit different, you know, to get, you know, the clicks or people coming through or whatever. And, you know, that is, from my point of view, you would generate more revenue from that. But that doesn't bother me. Like, if I'm silent, there's fuck all to talk about. Do you know what I mean? There's just nothing to talk about. And maybe I'm just a thick, you know, businessman or something. But to me, KopTalk isn't business. It's still the hobby that I set up in the 1990s. It has to run as a business because it's got to pay its way. At the moment, I'm negotiating with new accountants and things. Because I just can't afford to pay the amount of money they want these days. So you've got to be legally a business. But for me, I can't explain it. It's just I see this stuff every day going out to people, and it bothers me that you guys fall into it. And I guarantee there'll be something new said today about Enzo Fernandez or Jude Bellingham. And I see it on the members' website in the chat, people dropping every second little claims, and I just think, but that's not true. So for me, I just think, yeah, it would make more sense for me to churn out more content or publish more articles, but that's not what it's about for me. I'd rather be authentic. And then maybe that gives the impression that, I'm lazy. I mean, I'm a lazy fucker, there's no doubt about that. But not when it comes to the KopTalk stuff. Definitely not. No. I might be lazy in terms of getting off my ass and going for a walk, but I'm not lazy. I love getting my teeth into something. Don't mean like steak or like that. I just love getting my teeth into stuff like this. I love it. I thrive off it. And that's probably why we're recording a video that's 26 minutes long already. So you should think, what I want you to feel is that when you get a new notification of a video from me, then maybe there is something that's worth discussing. Because if you see it every day, Enzo Fernandez latest, every single day, but nothing's actually changed, I would question the authenticity of that. So, one more thing before we proceed. The same source was asked about potential club sale. Now, I'm going to read this bit from the article, and I made this in bold, this particular bit. Although this source would not in any way be in the loop regarding a potential club sale, despite their respectable position at Anfield, they were asked what their opinion was on that front because of their involvement and knowledge in terms of some of the club's accounting finances, right? So this source is quite involved in accounting and finances, but in my opinion, and probably their own, I don't think they would try and make out they knew what was going on the club sale front. But they are very well positioned to comment on Fernandez and Bellingham and things like that, the money side of things. Anyway, they said, but remember, this source would not be in the loop with regard to potential club sales, so this is opinion from them. Just like I've got opinion, you've got opinion. I can't see anyone new being in place this season. That's what they suggested. It sounds like there's no urgency, and the budget, in brackets for players, has not been adjusted in any way. And that is, if that person's saying that to me, because it's relating to finances and club accounting, if you like, that to me dismisses the suggestion of any potential new owner being imminent in, because I know a lot of you guys think, well, do you reckon we'll get new owners in place before January and we'll have zillions? Right? It's not been adjusted. There's nothing. The budget stands as it is, and I think that even if new owners were appointed today or announced today, I don't think that would affect anything in January. So you need to get that out of your head, and I think that you focus, on the summer window and hope that something happens on the ownership front before then. And if you were to ask me, what do you think will happen, Dunk, on that front? Do you think? I'd be clutching. I genuinely do not know. And the people that I trust, and I don't like to call them sources or contacts because these people are my friends, no one's saying anything. They're quiet. But like I say, not everyone knows what the fuck's going on anyway, even if they work for the club. This is why I'm bewildered by these so-called Twitter ITKs that seem to know everything that's going on in the club. Yet I've done this for 25 years. And I know various people at the club, contractors, used to work for the club, still do, people every fucking where that you can imagine from top to bottom. And sometimes I'm left in complete fucking darkness like you. So I don't know how these people on Twitter are able to do it, which is why I know I think, because I shouldn't say no, because it shouldn't be all, Anyway, it's why I think that they mislead you for their own entertainment and to make themselves feel important. This is my job, if you like, and you don't see me going on Twitter and making bold claims or claiming to be this, that, and the other. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old and miserable, Maybe they're just kids. I'm just very suspicious. That's all. I'm sure, because I was going to say, I'm sure there's some people out there with good intent, and I think if they're doing it, if they're going along the lines of, well, this is my opinion, I think that's all right. I think it's when these people say, no, I know this is what's happening, especially if they're pushing, products or betting affiliations and things like that. I don't know. I just don't believe that social media is a good source for that thing. And I think that if they keep throwing, stuff that at some point they get it right and people go, oh, yeah, see, he was right on the last thing. So I don't know. It's just my experience. I think I do have a right to have that opinion. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I am on the members' website now, and they're talking about Enzo, actually. People are criticising FSG. People are saying, I believe Enzo and Bellingham will become Liverpool players in the summer. I think we'd all like that, wouldn't we? That would be incredible. I just don't know. Obviously, if you had new owners, then maybe. But is there anybody watching this video that thinks that both of those players could be at Liverpool in the summer under the current regime? Have we got anyone to sell first? I don't know. So, I hope you found this video informative. I really do. I like to make my videos, and I feel like this is community on here, and I know that there'll be people watching my videos that don't like me. I get that, including people that scream at me when I block them and stuff. But fortunately, when you block someone on YouTube, they can still post comments and they think you can see them, but nobody can see them, just them. So that's quite good. That's quite funny on YouTube. But I think the overwhelming majority of people watching my videos have probably followed me for a long time, and I think that when I come to you, I do so in good faith, and I don't claim to know this, that, and the other. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I do think that you can sometimes piece it together. And I like to say to you guys, you see some of my videos, and I'll say to you guys, what the fuck is it, guys? What is it? And sometimes you can drop a comment in and I'll go, yeah, you're fucking right, yeah. And that's what we've got to do. So I think it's really important that when you watch my videos, that if you're still around and haven't hung yourself after half an hour, that you check the comment section. I think you should always check the comments. I do read every single comment. It's impossible to reply to them all, but I do think the comments sometimes can be quite informative, and I learn a lot from you guys too. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this video. I feel like I could speak to you all day today. I hope it records properly. I did buy some new equipment recently. And ironically, the new equipment I bought is not compatible with the webcam that I have here, which is a Logitech Brio 4K, I think. It isn't recording in 4K. I don't think you need to see me in 4K. It's a Logitech Brio, and it's not compatible with the new Mac chips. Mac M1, is it, or something? I'm not very tech-minded. So I am still on an old iMac 27-inch here. And I have a lot of problems with this, which makes my videos impossible to record sometimes. Late 2013, this one goes back to. I don't know if you know anything about Mac computers. I mentioned this on the members website recently. This has 32 gigabytes of RAM, but I have to use an app to free up RAM. At the moment, it says 20 gigs free. But when I encode the videos and things, it'll drop down to 2 or 3 gigabytes free. And I wondered if maybe if I changed the RAM, put new RAM in, if it would fix that issue. Can RAM fuck up after years? It's 2013. A lot of people are saying, well, no, don't. It's probably the old hard drive. But why would the disk drive? I know they can be slower, but why would that affect the resources on the computer? I don't know. As you can see, I'm not very tech-minded. So, it's soul destroying when you record a video and then it doesn't work. Can you imagine if I record this for 30 minutes and it doesn't work? It's like, fuck it, that's it, I'm not going to attempt it again. So, but yeah, basically, if you know anything about Mac computers, I have 32 gigabytes in a 2013 machine. If I have too many things open, the RAM drains like fucking terribly and it makes it stutter and go wrong and everything. And very slow. So the question was, if I replace that 32 gigabytes of RAM, could that improve things? And is it just, or can the hard drive, if it's the old slow hard drive or whatever, could that be slowing it all down? I don't know. What I do know is I can't just go and get a new iMac, you know. But I have got some new equipment and it's making it easy for me to record do other things on KopTalk and that. www.koptalk.tv, and you'll see what stuff I bought recently. I did buy a new webcam as well, but it's nowhere near as good as this, so we're stuck with this for now, I'm afraid. Okay, I think that's it. I want to thank those of you that do support my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank those of you that are listed, that are named in my video description. Also, I did send out some DKB postcards. I don't think they're in here. If you come along to the stream on Saturday night and you support the stream, you get one. And that would be a good time because I'm going to England a few days later, so I could take them to England with me. I did send a batch out on my last trip to England the other week. Brian Partridge, he got his today. His missus got one and all postcard off me. They got their postcards, so if you were in the last lot, you should be getting them around now. There are 2 postcards that I haven't sent yet, which is Ryan. I don't have your surname on here, and also Jack Hughes. So Jack, I spoke to Jack yesterday, I think, online. So there's Ryan and Jack definitely that I have got to send out. They're like little postcards with a DKB on the back, and it's just, I don't know, a bit of fun, like, you know what I mean. So if you support the stream on Saturday night, I'll send you one out next week. And if you support the stream recently, you should be getting them anytime now. Some have gone to Ireland, some have gone to the UK, some have gone to America, and it's just a bit of fun. It's good, I like it. All right, I think that's it, guys. So yeah, thanks if you watched all of the video, and I appreciate the comments. Please do leave a comment. You know, if you got nothing, my mother used to say, if you got nothing nice to say, don't fucking say it. All right, I know what I am. You don't need to tell me. And to those of you that are watching still, I hope you have a good Christmas. I'm sure we'll speak before then. We better do. I hope we speak tomorrow, actually. I'm going to England. It'll be the first time I've been in England for Christmas in probably 15, 16 years. I'm going to be away for a while. There's always someone in my house here, so you know, I don't think the house is unattended. It's always someone in my house. It's like Fort Knox anyway. I couldn't leave my hard drive here. Hey, it's legal. I'm just saying I won't want to leave it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'll do is, because I'm going to be away for it is over Christmas. But I will. My intention is to make some videos when I'm away, okay, and podcasts and things like that. We'll see. I'm sure you don't begrudge. Because I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be busy, remember. I'm going to have to make some content. I can't say I'm busy at Christmas, right? I've just remembered that. But yeah, I am going to be on my move, and I'm only going to have my laptop with me. All right, so we'll do that. But the stream wise, okay. So I've got to remind you, this Saturday, 6 o'clock UK until late. Please do come along, especially if you're someone that usually shows your face, you know, or shows your username. Drop in, even if it's just for 5 minutes to say hello, because it is our little Christmas get together. It's the last one before Christmas, so, and then it'll be in terms of dates for the next one. Oh, hello, Valentina Cervantes. Get on Google Images, guys. Hello. Where's the calendar? See, this is how organised I am. Look, I've got a calendar. Saturday the 17th is this Saturday, so we'll be streaming then. 31st, New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, man. We'll be on here New Year's Eve as well, then there we go, that's it. There won't be one on the 24th. And that's it. So, but we'll speak many times before then, I'm sure. All right. I'm going to try and do a podcast now. All right. That's it. Listen, if there's anything that you'd like us to address in the videos, please do, leave comments to that effect, because sometimes I'm sat in my office, which is the room adjacent to me, and I think, well, I'd like to go make a video, and then I think, well, there's nothing to fucking talk about. But maybe you guys have got something to talk about. I'm saying. And also, if you're a channel member, I will continue that series, the book, Linda's. I have not forgot about that. I do apologise. I've been busy. Fucking you, what? Right, I'm off. All right, see you later. All right, guys, take it easy. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Don't get sucked in by these idiots on Twitter. Don't get excited when you see claims made on websites and blogs that you've never heard of before. Do get excited when I put a video out. And please read the video description for ways on how you can support my YouTube channel and myself. All right, guys. I'll speak to you real soon, I hope. All right. I enjoyed that video.